And hello, and welcome everybody. Yay! Happy New Year 2023. We made it to another year. It's here. It was gone. It was here, and now it's gone. It was that fast. I don't know. Another year's gone by. What can we say? It's going to be a good one. I have a good feeling about it. We're going to have fun. We're going to get serious. We're going to do a little bit of this and that. And, look at that chat going. Woo, we are just going up and up and up. So why don't we bring in our next guest? You know him. I know him.
Holy twin powers, activate!
Woo!
Mr.
Yeah, how's it going?
Ooh.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody.
I almost hit the wrong button. Ooh, Happy New Year.
Absolutely. It's a good New Year. Hopefully everybody got through it safe and good and no issues.
Yeah. But that's not it, folks. I got more peoples. There's and they're going to be coming all day, probably. Who knows? I got one flying in right now. He was out, and he should be here pretty soon. I hear somebody knocking.
Who could this be? Ooh.
Mr. JoJo Bone.
How'd you people get in my house?
We knocked the door down.
Yes, we're here to take your cookies.
I'm happy to be here. How are you, Nikki?
I'm good. I'm good. How was your New
Year? Good. You guys are looking good.
Yeah. New Year, and everybody's looking good and ready to go.
I tell you.
Right. Well, the fun is barely starting, and because I think somebody's riding in on their horse. Somebody. Who could that be? I don't know. Should I let him in? I don't know who this is.
I don't know. Maybe.
Let me in. Let me in.
No.
Oh, she'll look through the people.
That is.
We could act like we weren't here.
It's the sister. My sister.
Well, that was magical, sister.
That was yours. That's all yours. I created that just for you.
It's like a Disney intro.
When I first heard the horse,
it actually was one of those. Bringing her in on a horse.
Magical.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding.
That's perfect. Very magical.
It was magical. It was magical. I'm just kidding.
That's what you wanted. You wanted your own little thing.
I wanted Led Zeppelin. Wow.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I was trying to find a slasher, cool. They're really hard to find, because of the whole copyright issue.
Well, there's always Helter Skelter, the Beatles Helter Skelter. That has a true crime element to it, but right? Isn't that that was what was written on the wall?
Yeah, it's like
yeah, it's so much fun for you, sister.
I know you guys are gonna have to deal with it. You're just gonna have to for a little while until then. I'm calm and I'm I don't have to do all of that. But we are gonna see who is in the house, and we are already 32 already. We are going. People be excited.
Oh, gosh.
Enzo's missing out. I invited Enzo too, and
he's a sweetheart. He's helping his neighbor. She blew up a wall socket or something and he needs it replaced. I don't know what she was doing, but he does a lot of things for her. He takes her shopping stuff. She can't get out very easily, so he takes her along with him when he goes to when he goes to Power Shop.
Wow, he's a sweet dude. He's a good catch, ladies. If you're in the Kansas
area,
he
is a good catch.
So
he's a good catch. He's a good catch for either sex, actually. He's a good catch.
Does he know that?
Let's tell him, because it doesn't matter.
Now.
He's still gonna be a good guy no matter what. He's just
let's normalize it, guys.
Okay. We will normalize it. So
yeah, we have to do that. This is 2023. We should not make any assumptions.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. I get it. But so first in the house was Sharon. Hello, Sharon. Happy New Year, Grasshopper. He's always saying, Mr. Lee. I got to get Mr. Lee a song. I got to put that on there probably. Angel, Sandra again. Let's see. Jay Fritz, Mr. Fritz.
Oh, Mr.
Your little snuggle.
I sent you something. I wonder if you got it. I sent you a little something to help you sleep.
What do you call him? Snuggle Bunny or
Snuggle Buns?
Snuggle Buns. Oh, who else? Eyes in the Woods. Hello. Happy New Year. Who else do we have? We have Val, John Ayers, LM. If I miss you, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go through this pretty fast because I scrolled all the way to the top. Oh, who else have we got? Jen. There's the Jen, and there's the Bat Mom.
What's up?
Donald Fuller. Any luck at the casino, Suzanne?
I did not go to the casino because I ended up having a good turnout for my party. So
cool.
Michael Haywood. Hello, welcome. And I am going through this whole, okay, I finally reached the bottom. So I wanted to do something a little bit different because, everybody's doing the year wrap up from 2022. And I wanted to do something a little bit different. Not really go back and talk about all those hoaxes and riffraffs. We are going to do some new ones. Don't get me wrong. I do have some stuff to show a little bit later. But here in the beginning, I just really wanted to loosen up, not really talk about resolutions, but maybe if you consider, resolutions, I am going to drop the link. Oh, shoot, that is not the right link. Hold on. Do not hit enter. Not hit enter.
Ooh.
We are backing that sucker out.
Now I'm kind of curious what the link is.
Right.
No, holy shkamoji there. We don't want to do that.
Ooh.
Bye-bye. Boy, that was like a 50-line thing there.
Now we're even more curious, darn it.
Yeah, you are. Too bad. You'll have to wait till the end because it is something you're going to see. It's just a photo. It was just a photo. But it shocked me when the whole page shot up. What am I looking for? Oh, invite. Okay, this is a better link. Her bank account. You wish, Grasshopper. You wish. Okay, so the link is in the chat. Y'all want to come in and say hello, Happy New Year. You are welcome to do that and join the conversation. Completely open. You guys can come on and talk to us. Come here and let me see your face. But I just had questions about upcoming year for everybody. One of the questions was, what is the one thing the one thing you wish to accomplish in this upcoming year, what would be that one thing that, is something you just hope you do, hope you get, hope you want to see yourself at this time next year, at the end of the year?
Should it be Bigfoot related or can be anything?
No, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. It can be something for yourself, growth, financial, Bigfoot, anything. It could be anything. What is that one thing that would really show?
Can I go first?
Yes, you can.
I want to get in shape and be one of those, what do they call them? The stripper guys, the real famous, or the bow ties. What are their names?
Chippendales.
Chippendales.
I want to get good in shape so I can go and try out for the crew.
Do it.
No, they're very accepting now. So
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You just give it a whirl.
You got
Give it a whirl and be like, "Hey, here I am, guys."
hey, we all are each who we are.
Exactly, and it's
and we need to put ourselves out there and let it, as you say, fall where it may.
Yeah.
There you go.
For me.
The real thing. Coming out of retirement this year, I want to go back in the workforce and make a little more money, and then do some fun things this year. That's what I want to do.
Fun things, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's how you're going to do that is
it can be hard because sleeping
bit.
in every morning is
it's not going to work.
Get up.
That's not going to work for okay, hold on. You want to get back like this? I'm going to show something. I don't know if you're going to want me to show this, but I'm going to show it anyway. Come on.
Let's get physical.
There you go, Suzanne.
Well, he said that he wants to, but people I'm getting like messages and it's kind of like, screw. Hold on, peoples.
Oh, there it is.
You already have the moves. You already have.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
I am going to use it a little bit because
my head got chopped off a little bit, but someone maybe did that because they figured I maybe had an attorney or something. I don't know. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Got some moves, man.
Hey, look at that. Look at this pants.
I know. There was another one, but I missed it. I guess I don't see it here. Hold on. One? Where you are dancing to. Hold on. Maybe I picked the wrong one. There it is. This one. This is the one where I think you see your face a little bit better.
Yeah, it is.
Look at you.
Look at the moves.
Look at those moves.
Look at that outfit.
Yeah, look at that style.
I love that outfit.
Look at that. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Oh, yeah,
Whoa.
ladies, watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out. Oh. Yeah.
Nailed it.
You can get a took of that in the deli section. Ask your deli department for that.
I was completely impressed with you, JoJo. When I went through looking for, stuff for our new intro for in the morning show, Morning Hijinks.
Thank you.
And I was like, look at him riding a motorcycle. Look at him.
Man, I tell you.
Crashing a motorcycle. Look at him.
Yeah, crashing him too. Yeah, I tell you.
Only because you told me.
Yeah.
But you are quite a talented man, I have to say.
Thank you.
And with your permission, I'd like to play one of your things here.
Which thing is that? You can play anything you want.
Wait, I didn't prepare this because I wasn't going to do this, but it's
because it a video?
Just said, yeah, it's a video.
A singing video?
Yeah,
I don't have any of those in here. I don't think. Maybe I do.
you do.
I do.
You do because I know I
Oh,
listened
there it
to
is.
it.
There it is.
But there was one where you were
What was I singing?
you were singing. Oh, what were you singing? I think it was this one. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's mine. That's mine.
This is yours. So this
Let's
one
see
I
it
am.
happen.
Let me know if you can hear it, folks.
There's the old studio. There's the old studio.
Oh, you can't hear
Look
you.
at I don't have it started yet.
Oh, okay.
There we go. I think it's on.
Better days behind me, all the tears to time. Looking into my eyes, is the flame still there? The world is changing, that is what they used to. Old man music don't mean nothing anymore.
Ooh. I'm just gonna do this little bit. You guys can go
Thank
find.
you.
But
Thank
I
you.
Very
just,
nice.
Thank you.
Yes. Wonderful.
That was just a song of me lamenting the past.
Lamenting.
You know, kind of asking the question, how did I get here? So to speak.
Well, I was
What
quite
happens to
impressed, and it was really fun to listen to. And
Let me point something out in the picture here. You see
Okay.
that box? A whole box of black Sharpies right there.
oh yeah, yeah.
It takes somebody to have a whole box of Sharpies. Like when those people come up to get my autograph, I got
Yeah.
a whole box of Sharpies ready.
Ooh.
Nice.
Look at that. That's professional. It's only professional. That's what it is. Me see some of my equipment there. There's my Nord there to my left. See? And it's red case says Nord on it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep, there it is. That's my old studio right there before I got
So,
divorced.
what was the name of the group you were with?
I've played with lots of groups, but that was just me working on my solo stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working on launching my solo stuff, and then I got divorced.
Oh.
And that kind of, and there's a lot of life changes go on during a divorce. So I'm going to reboot. You know something? I'm rebooting that this year too.
There you go.
Enough
That's
of that.
what
I'm rebooting the solo career.
The solo career.
The solo career. So if you guys want anything signed, just mail it to me. I'll sign it all, mail it back. And then you can put that on eBay, make a ton of money.
Uh-huh.
A ton of money.
A ton of money.
A ton of money.
That would be nice for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, that wallpaper is a little crazy back there, huh?
It is crazy, yeah.
Really?
And you put on there in the eBay ad, know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows Paul McCartney. Okay. They'll go for a ton of money.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Well, that's great. That's great.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
It was. How about you, Susie Q?
For me,
accomplish this coming year.
I am going to make my priority showing myself respect with self-love and putting my needs first so that I can help my clients to the best of my ability. And I'm going to be very mindful of who and what I put my energy towards so that I can bring the best outcomes for myself and everyone around me.
Nice. It's like you rehearsed that.
I'm serious about it. That's why. I've never done that
Yeah, I
before.
know. I know it's time, for the you. And now you've got this new start in this new home and everything's fresh, right?
Mhm.
Everything
Yeah.
could be fresh. Now's the time. You can always reboot your life. You can. It's just you
Yeah.
need to have the desire behind it, you know, because
You can
without
do
that,
anything you want at any time you want, and there's no limitations. We're limitless.
right,
So just do it.
just do it. Everybody. Just say Happy New Year. It is a new year, literally. Can start fresh with everything. But and Brent, what about you? What are you looking forward to this year to accomplish?
Something that I've been trying to accomplish for the last many years, but just really haven't done it. And that's to summit Mount Pilchuck. It's a local mountain here that it's got a really beautiful fire outlook on the top there. And I just it's one of those places that I've always wanted to go. It's a little more
Mhm.
challenging than some of the other hikes that I've done, but
Yeah.
incredibly rewarding. And I kind of want to get up there for the sunrise and catch the sunrise coming right up over the Cascades and stuff. But it's only accessible for a certain part of the year, and so yeah. So I'm
Right.
hoping this year's going to be the year. No fires, so I can like access it
Right.
early, and yeah, take a lot of pictures though. That'll be fun. Actually, probably I could probably live stream when I'm up there.
Ooh.
I'll try it.
Wow. Well, I know you have some amazing photos of that area. It's just beautiful there in Washington.
Yeah,
And
very fortunate.
for sure, how far is it? Is from the bottom to the summit?
It's going to be probably about 7 miles in all. Yeah, it's
Mm.
it's pretty vertical. I think it's a 3,000-foot gain. So it's going to be a fun one. But
Whoa.
it's a popular one too. It's the trail. That's pretty well defined. It's kind of hard to get lost. But actually, there's quite a few Bigfoot reports coming off that mountain as well.
Mhm.
One recently with a couple, husband and wife, that saw one and had an encounter. So maybe I'll see one up there.
Wow.
Yeah.
What time of year was that though? Was that in the
Out,
spring or?
yeah, I'd have to look again. I think it would have been in the spring, summertime for it.
Mhm.
So how tall is the summit? How high up?
I think it's 6,900 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're able to drive up to. There's actually an old ski resort up there that they had, but there's not enough snow to maintain it, and so they just kind of shut it down in the 80s, I think. And so that's where they put the main parking lot for the mountain hike. You just kind of go follow the trail. There's indicators on where to turn, and there's also maps that you can follow as well. And
Mhm.
so yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'm in good enough shape to do it, and just gotta delegate the time for it
All right.
and make it a priority.
Would you stay there overnight or just do the day hike up and back down?
Just the day hike. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Some of those you can actually rent the
Oh,
lookout. Yeah, so just get the main key and you go, sign in for it and go enjoy the night.
wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's not a I think there's a handful or so that you can rent around this area here. Just the old fire lookouts, before they're,
Uh-huh.
that stuff. But yeah, it's really cool because I see people posting pictures all the time from up
Uh-huh.
top there, and the sunrise, the sunsets. It's like it's heaven, really. You're up there with heaven.
Right.
Oh,
How high is the peaks, Sue? Is it 11,000?
I don't know. It's pretty high. I don't know. Is it like that with the mountain he's going to? Is it gonna be like all snowy and stuff?
Well, that's the thing is you got to go. I mean, I'll probably encounter snow, kind of depending upon when I go, because they're kind of snow capped here. Because here they call it the American Alps. So our mountains are more jagged, more rugged than most places in the country. very comparable to like Rocky Mountains and stuff.
Hmm.
Really interesting geological formations here, because where I go, it's usually between two volcanoes and stuff, and you can, kind of read the terrain and stuff on like all the previous eruptions, like previous lahars and stuff, and
Wow.
yeah, so it's the geology around it is really fascinating as well. And
Are those volcanoes active?
yeah, it's Mount Baker and Glacier Peak, and then you have Mount Rainier, which is one of the more popular ones. But Glacier Peak is where I kind of go hover around. It's one of the more remote volcanoes in Washington. But
Ooh.
yeah,
Well, the
yeah.
peaks are 12. They're 12. Well, oops, it went away. 12,600 and something.
Mm.
666 12666. Is it like when you're doing Mount Everest, where they like if you die up there they leave your body there and stuff? Is it that bad?
Oh no, this is something that kids do. Literally kids could do it. Yeah, it's not like I mean, some of the scrambles could be precarious, and it's something you got to be paying attention towards, and especially when you're dealing with elevation gain, you can actually get elevation sickness, so it could cause issues with some people. But it's not anything like I need oxygen for and anything like that. Yeah, it's a people can do it in, I think, probably a few hours or so.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
if you see those mountains giving off puffs of smoke, you just schedule.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no. Mount Pilchuck is a little further away from the mountain one.
Oh.
Yeah. So so it's kind of like the fingers that come out of the main cascade. It's kind of one of the ending ones there, but it still was formed by geological events that's happened in Washington.
I just saw a documentary on these people who went to a live volcano for their vacation, for their excursion, and the volcano erupted.
Oh yeah, I saw like videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, there's that one girl who was where was she? Where it actually erupted on her and melted all her skin off.
Yeah, that's probably the same girl. And
oh my God! Getting your skin melted off is horrific. God,
it was horrible. Well, but I mean, I was kind of like, well, why would you take your family to go to a live volcano, especially when you see smoke puffing out of it?
Is that the one where the 39 tourists died because they were doing? So. Okay, yeah, that's kind of. Well, that was right now. Yeah, that's like kind of yeah. That's something I'll do.
Well, actually, there are a lot of live volcanoes around, but they look inactive. Like all of Yellowstone Park is basically a live volcano.
Yep, and then after I said that, I realized we actually did the same damn thing when we went on vacation before too.
Well, you can go hike Mount St. Helens, and it's still an active volcano that's actually still growing as we speak. It's called
Yeah, still spewing smoke and some ash.
What do you guys think about the super volcano? You think we're due for it to pop?
You mean Yellowstone?
Yep.
I don't know. God, that's gonna be bad for the planet. I mean, that's a planet-sized event.
Yeah, I don't know if it would happen in our lifetime, because if you actually look at like southern Idaho and stuff, you can see how the tectonic plate has been melted down because of that magma chamber underneath there. So it doesn't seem like it's erupted any time in the last millions of years, and I don't know. It's one of those, sounds like a really good plot to a movie. Is what it ends up being.
Well, I know Old Faithful is not faithful anymore.
Ooh. Oh, it doesn't glow at the right time, or like what?
No, it was Old Faithful the whole time I was growing up as a kid, but it doesn't shoot out the steam periodically precisely like it used to.
Oh, I actually got to see it before.
Well, there's a bulge in the lake. It's one of the big lakes there that's actually moving the lake over because of its raising the terrain. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, we could be on some sort of cataclysm. Seems like something's going to happen. Asteroid.
Well, it could be enough of a little one that would melt you. You know what I mean? It's like it's not the big one yet. It's just a warning. It's like, and it's down there and it's saying, "Let me melt a few people."
There you go.
That'll teach them to crawl around on top of me.
Yeah, I'll stay far away from there.
Yeah. Yeah, really. Oh man.
That's crazy.
I remember I was in graduate school when that thing blew, Mount St. Helen, and it was friggin' unbelievable that we would see something covered as well as it was. I mean, with cameras and because they had lots of cameras watching that thing because it was an active volcano and they had gotten some small earthquakes and things like that kind of give them a warning that something was going on. And
I think
it was
they
had all the people that were watching it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cameras and everything.
Yeah, there was a geologist that died up there, David Johnston, and they named a ridge after him where he died at, which is an observation deck of Mount St. Helens because it was a perfect shot. Yeah, he's the one who said his final words were Vancouver, it's happening, or something like that.
Really?
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Wow.
He was dedicated towards the end. And that's where Harry Truman died too.
Really?
Yeah. Not the president, but the log cabin owner that resided there. Yeah. It's interesting because they did a study there where they just let part of the area grow back and then they let the loggers go in and take care of the other areas. So you can actually see how the logging has replenished the area where they were allowed to do the logging and stuff and maintain it. So it's pretty interesting. But that was kind of where it went up to the Ape Cave area too. I think it was on the next ridge over is where the Ape Cave incident happened. So it was unaffected by the eruption.
You know, a lot of times we there are groups.
Ape Canyon. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm like, Ape Cave is that a new one? I don't know about.
Oh no, there is an Ape Cave. It's down there by Mount it's either Mount St. Helens or Mount Rainier, and it's not. I don't think it's anything Bigfoot related as far as the name of it, but it's actually a hike that you can go in a lava tube.
Oh, wow!
So it's an actual official hike that like say you can take your kids there. It's all deemed safe and stuff, but and which is called Ape Cave. So
now aren't the votes in now? Haven't the logging companies proven at this point that they, as a generality, are good conservators of the resource of the wood and so forth, right? They don't plant down at least as much as they cut down, and I think more. Right?
Yeah, there's actual regulations that the logging industry has as far as replanting and managing the area. I think they have like 5 to 6 years to get it back to a viable planting stage, which they have to do because it's a resource for them because they are looking in the future because the trees, the stuff that they plant now is ones that they can harvest in 30 years and stuff. So if you go over the Cascades, all over the Cascades, there's actually different areas where there's different growths of the forest that's actually managed and maintained just for future harvest because it's one of the biggest GDPs for America, which is our industry. Actually, that's why they had a big kill off with black bears here locally because they would actually scratch the trees and kill the viable lumber.
Oh, really?
To a point that they did a big exile of black bears to protect the timber harvest, which goes towards like schools and stuff like that.
Well, and also, haven't we shown that another reason we need to be logging these areas and managing them like we are now is because we've done our best to get rid of forest fires. Not that we have all together, right? But forest fires are a natural cleansing of the area, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you hold them off too long, then you have a big ass forest fire, one that's just enormous because you don't allow smaller forest fires to happen and right. And cull it out. And then when you finally do have a forest fire, it's beyond control. That's what they're, I think, trying to prevent now. The beyond control forest fires.
Yeah, I think we're having a better understanding of how to manage our forests, and just by preventing things that we think are doing good for the forest, but in fact we're actually creating an inferno that the trees just really aren't able to survive, because a lot of these trees are able to survive those small forest fires. In fact, they needed to, like, some of the pine cones to open up and stuff. So
right.
Yeah, it's something hopefully in the future we'll kind of work towards a better solution for such a devastating problem.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. There are a lot of things
Thanks,
like that, though. We're learning that's just not obvious at first glance,
Right.
Mhm.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
I
'cause,
am going to drop the link again, folks. Anybody want to come on and join us for the conversation? You are welcome to do that. I saw Sean's in the house, and who else
What's up,
came
Sean?
in? Um,
Hop on, Sean.
former
You say
everything. Former everything wants to know, Brent, any plans for 2023 other than that's one of your big aspirations to climb that?
Oh,
But
like
what else?
Bigfooting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to set up some trail cams and really investigate this area out by Glacier Peak. And this last year, or 2022, it's not the year I expected, just for various reasons and whatever. And so just probably gonna do that, and go explore some areas and just try to have some sort of activity to try and have some sort of experience that will really inspire me to really pursue it a lot more. But
Yeah.
it's just kind of being out there and going further. And I try to set some stuff up with larger groups of people, which is just more difficult because of the schedules were really in conflict, which just makes investigation tactics and stuff really hard when schedules don't align and stuff. So I'm just going to kind of focus on this one area and really kind of really explore it in ways I haven't done before. And I really kind of also want to find a thunder egg this year, which is like a rock with geodes and stuff in it, crystals in it.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah. Just because it's one of those things that are out there. It's like, hey, maybe find something like that. And
I thought you were going to say a Thunderbird egg. I thought, whoa, that would be cool.
That'd be cool too.
That would be cool too.
Yeah.
He'd be like Nacho Libre when he's climbing the mountain. He's getting the eagle egg with his special powers.
Yeah.
Special power.
Yeah, I can see Brent up there doing his whatever. His climb up there, and it says, "Yes, I have seen the Thunderbird. I'm going to go claim its egg and bring it back to civilization, and I will be famous."
And then I drop it.
Yeah, right.
I was like, no.
Oh man!
And then the Thunderbird comes and gets you and carries you off, right? Puts you in its nest. Please let me out. Get me down out of here.
Yeah.
Oh man! Oh,
but
that's Father of
yeah.
Dragons. Funny.
But yeah, and just kind of explore around. And my real main passion is just kind of exploring, just going places where you never know what you're going to find out there. Like, I found some really cool stuff. Like I've talked about the Native American burial ground, that dumping ground for cars, which is just an amazing find. Like, I can't even express how amazing that is. And I think there's more stuff out there that's like waiting to be rediscovered. And that's what I kind of have a big passion for.
Well, I would be careful of the Indian burial ground.
Oh,
I wouldn't want to be up there and all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Somebody's angry.
Brady Bunch Hawaii special.
Yeah. Well, it was unmarked, so it's like I was just out there on this little game trail that I was on, and I come across this whole burial ground. I'm like, oh shit, and they're back from all the way back from I think the mid 1800s, and you can tell where the family, it's a whole, there's like 50 graves there or something, and it's a whole family plot and stuff. And you know, in the area that I go to, it's the national forest, but there's places that are grandfathered in, and especially if you own property and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of Native American burial grounds, and some of them the families either didn't upkeep, or you know, they just moved away or something. And so sometimes you can find something like that, and it's something that I show absolute respect of, and I don't even really go on or really mess with. It's just something I came across. I was just like, I didn't expect to find. But the cars, they were, I think there's about 7 or 8 cars that were dumped there, probably I think about 60 years ago. And they're cars, I think, from the 20s to the 40s, because they got some like suicide doors, and some of them are like primo condition, like the chrome and the grill and stuff. And I don't think anybody else has really found it, because like everything's still intact. All the windows are still intact. It's like it was perfectly preserved. And it's like, yeah, it's like, I have a bunch of videos on it in my channel, but so yeah,
what I think is cool.
I'm gonna go check that out. That
what I
sounds
think is
cool.
cool is sometimes, like on the Discovery Channel or one of these kind of channels, they'll be up there, you know, doing something else, and they'll discover like a plane that went down as a World War II training plane or something that was lost and never found, and they'll come across things like that, especially up around Alaska, up north a lot, and because they had a lot of training bases up there, and it's just I can hear what you're saying. I mean, it's kind of breathtaking to come across something that just by luck, if it wasn't for luck, it would have been seen again. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And it's something that you know, it's really feeds that passion for me, and I'm, you know, which is great, because that's where Bigfoot's at. Like all these places I really like exploring, so I'm kind of hoping that while I'm out there exploring, maybe I'll have these experiences and stuff, and maybe I'll find some really cool stuff, like old equipment loggers left behind, and you know, nobody's discovered, and you know, nature taking it back and stuff. And so hopefully, fingers crossed.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah. To me, like ghost towns are fascinating.
Yeah.
Because you can go into those places. Some of them, they still have dishes on tables.
Oh yeah, actually, I found
nuts.
Yeah, actually, I came across a time capsule house. It's one that's on my channel, and it was perfectly preserved from what I gathered in 1986. And it's got a metal roof. It's like way out there in the forest and stuff. And it's down in Oregon. Some friends that live down there took me down there and showed me this place, and it's perfectly preserved. Like what the story is the woman's kids died, and she like just up and left everything. She just up and left, like the kids ribbons and stuff are still in their bedroom, their clothes are still hanging up.
Wow.
It's like perfect. It's like perfectly preserved. Like, oh wow. It's like
they just die of disease or something. They catch something.
I'm not sure on the details. I don't know like the full history. I didn't do like a complete dive on it, but you know, the people that took me there are into paranormal stuff, and so it's just it's one of those time capsule houses where it's like, wow, you can even see like the yearbooks, and you know, it's just incredible find, like something I don't think I'll ever come across ever again.
Well, you know, Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
Yeah,
you have video of that?
Yeah. Pardon?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was just asking if he had video of that. I'm really into that. I love that stuff.
I mean, but I've got on kind of a path where I've met a lot of people from Ukraine.
Ooh.
And of course, Chernobyl is actually in Ukraine. It's not in Russia. And you got to have a pass to go there. And I think they allow you to go in the town now, but you're only supposed to go for a very limited amount of time because it's still pretty radioactive. And they say you go in there and look in the houses, and you can see people just bugged out. There's plates still on the table. Breakfast was being prepared, you know, and, you know, like you're saying, you go into the kids' room and their little balls and little trinkets of childhood still in their places, and nothing's been moved. I mean, these people just bugged out as soon as they got word,
Yeah,
They
that's
just
kind of what
went.
this is. Apparently, the house, the property is owned by a very wealthy family, apparently, and this is 60 acres, like back in nowhere, BF nowhere in Oregon, and so the house is just like perfectly preserved. And when we had to get there, it was kind of a difficult trek getting to the actual house itself, just because, just the overgrowth and stuff, like all the thorn bushes and stuff like that. So we eventually made our way back there and stuff, and yeah, it's just such an amazing find. Like, it's like history, preserved history. And I just don't think I'll ever have that sort. That's one of my favorite finds. My favorite adventures that I've been on was that right there. And I haven't, I want to metal detect. Actually, I want to get a metal detector. And it's one of the top 3 things I want to get, because that would just be perfect out there, is to metal detect. And, you never know what you're going to find.
Have you
That
seen
is
the?
amazing. I used to go metal detecting in ghost towns, like Mr. Bones was talking about. Here in Arizona, we've got a lot of them. And it was at this time when I was really into riding ATVs and four-wheelers. So, like, a friend of mine, we would just put all of our bikes on the trailer and go to these ghost towns and tootle around the ghost towns. And there's one that has, it's an old sawmill town or some kind of lumber town or whatever, and everything is still there. All of the what are they called, all the stuff that the machines that they use. And there's a town up there where the people lived, and it's like, oh, it's so weird. It's called Tip Top. It is so weird. And then also there's one called Gillette, and it was the #1 stagecoach robbery capital of the United States.
Southwest.
Yeah, the Southwest.
Yeah.
So it's really freaking cool, man. So I like that stuff. That's really neat.
Yeah, actually, I have some general locations of some old cabins from like the Forest Service that had, because they had like cabins deep in the remote woods and stuff. But a lot of the times the roads will get washed out, or whatever, the bridges will get washed out, which will make it inaccessible. So they determined to just let it go and let nature take it back and stuff. So I have some general locations of where those are. So I'm kind of hoping to go find something like that there. And again, these are all areas where Bigfoot is known to be too. So it's like, maybe I'll get a twofer and see Bigfoot and find the cabin too, which would be great.
That's what's happened.
Suzanne, I know what you want to do. You want to go to one of those ghost towns and ride shotgun. On the stagecoach where you ride shotgun.
Oh.
That's where that came from. Right?
Is that where that came from? That's what that meant?
Someone actually rode next to the driver. It was called riding shotgun, and he had a shotgun. Because, as you were just pointing out, there were a lot of people getting robbed. It's the Wild West, man.
It was the Wild West.
If you didn't have the law in your hands, you had no law.
If I lived back in those times, I'm pretty sure I would have been a soiled dove, guys. I just think they were probably the most lively bunch, and I probably would have fit right in with them. So I just know
it. Oh my goodness. But I mean, it's so interesting because there's a lot of towns in the Southwest that they've kept them that way. I mean, like even in Tombstone, they're not allowed to develop in Tombstone. The main drag of the old town, they have to develop out away from it because they're just trying to preserve that whole.
Until someone finds a strip of gold downtown, and then all the politicians will find a way around that.
Yeah.
Well,
it's amazing.
I'm sorry. That was cynical. Sorry.
Well, I mean, look at Cripple Creek there in Colorado. I mean, they find gold there all the time. Yeah. Now there's casino and there's all
occasionally people find a pretty good nugget of gold in those places, because it rains every day or almost at least once a week.
My mom was picking up little flakes in the water right next to the road.
Yeah.
There in Cripple Creek.
I actually
Yeah.
have that little thing that she had full
Mhm.
of gold that they panned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of fun to go panning for gold. To think that you just came there in this patch of dirt, basically in a creek, usually, right? And a
Mhm.
pan, and you found wealth just laying on the ground. So maybe not a lot, and you have to put in a lot of time to make it a lot, but people are serious about that.
They
You make
are. Don't
some
be
good
panning
buck.
in other people's claims because
Oh
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that show?
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
they'll put a
pretty
cap in you.
serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't mess with them out there.
Yeah. Me and a buddy went gold panning, and it was, and spent most of the day doing it, and we got a couple of flakes, and I was like, oh wow, that's a lot of work for just a
Little bit.
couple of
Yeah.
flakes. Yeah, but it
Yeah.
was fun though. It was fun. It's more about, with something like that, you can make it more about just the adventure of it and going out and doing it. And I want to get into is rock hounding even more, just because I'm out there and it's like, man, I wonder if this rock is worth money, because I went to a pawn shop up there by in this area there, and it's like they had these rocks and they just look like rocks, but they're like $900, $1,000. It's just like,
Yeah.
man, like I'm missing something out there. So
Mhm.
maybe I'll find that expensive, like, I don't know.
Well,
I'm hoping for
fun?
gold.
What's
You want to
fun
find
is
a
those
meteor. You want to find a meteorite is what you want to find.
the big shot
I hear those are
gold miners, they basically do the same way you do it by hand, except they have machines that scale it up and do it on a big scale, right?
Mhm.
But they're just running water through there, it's shaking, sifting, and eventually they have those trays they pull out at the very end, and they still
Yeah.
got. Then they'll hand pan that
Yeah.
last little bit a lot of times, right? Because
Mhm.
that's how they do it.
I know. It's
They run that
amazing.
big machine all day to get that
Little
last
bit.
couple of pans that they do by hand.
I
at
know
the
they
end of the
put them
day.
in those little mason jars, and you're thinking that they're gonna show some big gold, and it's just
Yeah.
we made our year, in that little bitty jar.
Okay. Here's a bit of trivia for you. A bit of JoJo Bone trivia.
Okay.
As I tell Enzo, check me out. Never assume I'm telling the truth. Check me out on this. If you took all of the gold ever mined, right, on the planet that we have access to, in civilization, say, right? We've mined it out now. We've got it in rings and stuff like that, right? If you took all that gold and melted it down, it would fit into an Olympic-sized pool. That's it.
That's it.
That's all the gold that's ever been mined. That's why it's so damn valuable.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, Olympic pool, it's big, but come on.
Mm-hmm.
It can hold all of the gold ever mined. That's amazing. Okay, now look it up to make sure I'm not lying. But I swear I'm not lying.
There's some hidden somewhere. There's some hidden. Well, do you think Fort Knox has gold still? Because there's all kinds of rumors about that not being there anymore.
I do, but after hearing the statistics about the pool, I'm thinking, how much can there be? Because men and women all have gold rings on their fingers. That's quite a bit of gold, right? And then, how much can there be in Fort Knox?
Well, the stuff that's in Fort Knox came from a 1933 amendment or something that where it was illegal, where everybody had to turn in their gold because we went from the gold standard.
Right. You're right. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, so we went from the gold standard to the fiat system, and so it was punishable by jail and fines if you didn't give up your gold. So in reality, it was kind of like a big heist against the American people, and replaced with a currency that's so devalued that
which is also a big heist.
Yeah, that's going to no longer be a world currency in the next decade or so, which is just going to create the biggest collapse of monetary system the world's ever seen, pretty much.
It's just all based on a myth and trust.
Mm-hmm.
We all look each other in the eye and say, yeah, we believe it. The dollar's worth that much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, right, this fiat agreement. Right?
Yeah.
But as soon as we all look at each other and we have the king's new clothes moment about it, we say, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's why China is trying to make the yen, which is backed by gold, to be the world currency, and that's why they're trying to push OPEC to start trading in with the yen versus with the American dollar, to try and overtake the dollar. And China also owns a lot of property in the United States as well, ironically. Anyways,
That's a plethora of information.
Rod
But
Dukas.
on the other hand, I mean, China's got a lot of problems too. Every nation's got a lot of problems now. The world's got a lot of problems. Countries aren't these bulletproof things like we want to see them. U.S. or China or anything, they all have their different weaknesses are different. But you mean look at how many people China has that don't produce anything for the economy in effect, right? They're just, they're just peasants out in the field somewhere, and the amount of wealth that they create is China's not really that interested in it. They have their little pile of rice somewhere, and they put rat poison on us. Remember about 20 years ago when all the dogs were dying in the U.S. of kidney failure?
Yeah.
Okay, that was caused by this poison that we stopped using in the United States. It's like a World War II vintage poison. The rest of the world stopped using it years ago, right? But they were still using it out in the paddies in China, because the Chinese, all these little farmers would go out and get their rice, right? And then stack it up, and then they would put this poison on it and around it to kill the rats, because the rats would just wipe it out. Well, then what was happening was there were two grades of what is it? The stuff they put in cookies to make it spongy, make it soft, and they sell
like baking soda, or
no, like
the preservative. Thing. Are you talking about the preservative?
No, it's not a preservative. It doesn't matter. It's stuff and they'll put it in cookies, or they'll put it in like dog chews, dog treats. And there's two different grades internationally they sell. One's for humans not to eat, and one's for humans not to eat. Well, in China, they weren't doing a good enough job of keeping those two separate. And all of these sources of wheat that were creating the type of the stuff that was poisonous. Okay. It didn't matter that it was not in the humans, but it shouldn't have been even in the animals. That's what I'm trying to get to. And the animals, all the rest of the world started buying this stuff and making it into dog food and dog chews and stuff. And it was killing dogs all over the world. And then they finally figured out what caused it, but it caused their kidneys to atrophy very quickly. By the time the vets saw it, they'd see like one kidney atrophied down to nothing almost, and the other kidney kind of okay. And it was just weird. And they finally figured it out. That's what it was. And of course, in China's, the way they like to do things is they like to put one person out there internationally and try him in a public court, right? And then put him on the firing squad. And that's what they did to him. Like the same thing they did to the kids, the guy who was selling children's toys that had the iron and had the lead-based poisonous paint. That same thing happened to that guy, right? Okay, let's get him. And of course, he was getting pressure to not cut off the supply. But that's okay. It's just, I'm sorry. I'm like Mr. Bad News. I'm sorry.
Well, we just learned a lot about China.
My mother loved dramatic stuff like that. Man, I got it from her to tell her. And then everybody died. And it was Christmas.
Well, I don't know. I think that there's a really good opportunity for the Chinese people to get their country back from their totalitarian government. So there's good possibilities. Same with North Korea and some of these other totalitarian governments that use the people as cannon fodder and whatever. But we also have to quit meddling in the foreign affairs too. So
that was freaky in the news to see all the people that were being incarcerated because of COVID restrictions and all that in China.
It's because of the Chinese people are revolting against their government, and one of the best ways, actually, is it makes you wonder about that whole thing being released, because at that time, China was at a point where they were months long into a revolution that the Chinese people were really making waves on. That it's something that should have got more international support, but it's to get rid of their own government. They're totalitarian and
and the zero tolerance is just like they weren't taking into account these are human beings. These aren't animals.
No, their government doesn't care about the people, and they just do what they do, and it was a great way to get all the people rioting to stop, because at that point, the potential threat of the government losing control and power was imminent, and then all of a sudden it got wiped out when that came out and affected the world that it did.
Wow,
it all makes sense to me.
It makes sense now, Brent. We've got it.
Yeah, well, you got to look at what's going on at the time, which things are getting back up to that point, which is why I think that they're using it again to silence the people, to prevent them from organizing in groups to effectively take out their government, because the governments are afraid, because anyways. So
the world is so complicated, It's the gears of the world that make it turn are so complex, That's why conspiracy theories are so popular, because no one can understand it any other way. It's just so many things going on.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, time for a little Bigfoot in the news. What?
That was a good dancing Bigfoot.
That was Bigfoot. He was shaking his booty.
Maybe that's the move you can use when you're going to go out and try out for the Chippendales. Just do something like that.
That would look good.
Yeah,
that would look good.
That would look good.
Yeah, but wouldn't you know it? Some other Bigfoots would show up. Blow me out of the tryouts. They should make Bigfoot dancing an Olympic sport. That would be good. I'd watch it.
So what do we have today? We have Live Science. 5 days ago, the most famous Bigfoot sightings. Bigfoot or Sasquatch is one of the North Americans' most enduring legends, with thousands of people claiming to have seen ape-like creature. The most famous Bigfoot sightings, and it goes on to include the William Rowe encounter of 1955. And hold on, it's not letting me scroll. So I gotta let it catch up. Hold on. Oh,
come on, Nikki, stop teasing us. You're teasing us now.
I know. Well, I can help it now. Everything's kind of screwy.
Oh, look at that. Is that me? Is that me?
Well,
that's not me, is it?
See, it's not letting me scroll properly. That's what you want to be. Mature trainer. This is what ripped old guys do.
I have one big ab.
One big ab.
One big ab is what I have.
Railroad, let's see, 1957. there's Albert Ostman, of course, the 1924, which we covered on my show, the famous Patterson
And
Glen
there it
in
is, the Queen Mother.
1967.
The Queen Mother
The
of
Queen
all
Mother.
sightings.
There.
The
Yes,
Queen
right there.
Mother.
Oh, these ads are running. That's why it's doing that. Ape Canyon. There's the Ape Canyon. Provo Canyon, 2012. Is that the kid one?
Sounds like it.
Is the kid one the one where the kid stayed with the Bigfoot for 3 days or something, or a day or something?
No. This is one where some high schoolers took video of what supposed Bigfoot walking up on the cliff on the side of the mountain.
I don't know. I get confused.
What's they have next? High Cliff Skunk Ape of 2013. I don't know that one.
Why is it a skunk ape? Did it stink?
Well, that's what they say. The ones down in Florida are called skunk apes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Now I do.
Now you do.
Yeah. They got different names for them, like Ohio Grassman, Sasquatch or Bigfoot, and Moyan Monster.
Hoax bodies. Here we come, Nikki.
Boogers. What? Hoax
bodies. Is your boy in there?
Bodies.
Oh, what's his name again? The guy?
Whoa, see, now it scrolled all the way to the bottom. Well, enough of that one. It won't, I gotta get out. This one has a lot of ads attached to it, and they all want to.
Are you running on that Apple still?
Yeah, of course I am. Yes. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Oh, see, now it took me to the top.
You got to stick with it. It is what it is.
My Apple was doing great until I downloaded Ginger Audio.
Was that it? Okay.
That's when it happened. The next one is Odyssey. Did you hear this? Bigfoot, the Detroit Lions and Giants slide. I think that has to do with something not Bigfoot related, really. This one is, I don't want to pull up the ones that aren't anything. Let's see what this one is. I don't know.
Ooh, find Sasquatch in Estes Park. I used to live close to there.
Did you really?
Yeah, it's up near Boulder.
Okay, this one is Bigfoot real? One expert says, oh, absolutely. This is out of WWJ News Radio 950 and says, to close out, look at all those ads popping up. Dang, can't open anything. To close out the year, we're taking a look back at the favorite Daily J podcast episodes of 2022, including, they're not going to show anything. They want you to hit the link. Best built his career on the subject. So this is Zach Clark. Has anybody heard of Zach Clark?
No, but he's an expert, so.
He's an expert. That's what I was wanting to know. Anybody in the chat ever heard of Zach Clark as a Bigfoot expert?
No, not me.
I don't want to turn this on because I don't know what it is. I didn't preview this one and I don't want to get any more crap. See, now I won't even.
Well, you know, it said he built his career on the Bigfoot. So he's got to be an expert.
Mm-hmm. Someone send him a certificate.
Yeah.
There's nothing else about this whole thing. It's not really an article. It's just a video. Not going to do it. I'm not going to fall in there. This one is Illinois Public Media. Best of Bigfoot sightings and skepticism in Illinois. This wasn't a week ago, but this was December 7th of 2022. Why is it just now coming as recent? This is the Sasquatch Museum in Cherry Log, Georgia, where this plaster cast footprint of Bigfoot is on display. And the owner is an intriguing piece of Americana at the southern edge of the Appalachians. Is David Baccarat, a longtime member of the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization who served in the Navy. Guest Matt Moneymaker and Paul Garber, primatologist. Look, it says 1 day ago, and that was from 2022. What is going on? Oh no, that one doesn't. Okay, ready. Oh, here's the one for Estes Park. Ooh, pop up.
There it is.
Okay, find Sasquatch in Estes Park, December 31st, 2022. Out there, Colorado.
There it is.
I see it.
You see it? Sasquatch, Yeren, Yeti, and Bigfoot. These names are all synonymous with a giant hairy bipedal monster that is seldom ever actually seen, but is purported to exist by evidence of his enormous footprints, his distinctive smell, his vocalization noises, and by his habit of throwing objects, particularly rocks. The creature is renowned in North America, and his story has been fueled through folklore and myths. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's see. Oh, here's a little bit about the main supplier of their coffee, the Sasquatch Company. And Sasquatch memorabilia and educational materials such as a Sasquatch field guide from Dr. is located here.
I want a Sasquatch field guide.
You want a Sasquatch field
guide? If I see a big hairy guy, if I see a big hairy guy, I want to make sure I'm seeing the right thing before I report it.
Donuts too.
You know what would be really cool is to have one of those forms, that they make of the feet and sell them, right? So you could make like great big brownies in them or something, and go to parties and you eat these Bigfoot
They have
brownies.
Everything. They've got cookie cutters and Bigfoot brownie foot.
I brownie foot would be the best.
Let's see. People got smacked over size of Bigfoot jumbo sausage. Okay, I'm not gonna hit on that one. MMA junkie news: Bigfoot Silva booked again after 10 straight. Something. I have to click on it. They call that guy Bigfoot. Fox News, Bigfoot bees and bodies, the weirdest and most bizarre crime stories of 2022. Hiding in a giant stuffed teddy bear. So the Bigfoot was actually a criminal hiding in a giant stuffed teddy bear. What else we got down here? Missing Bigfoot has come home. Let's see what that's about.
That's kind of a sweet Christmas story, isn't it?
Missing Bigfoot has come home, and this was on the 24th December.
There you go.
Christmas time is in full swing. Ad.
That's nice. A little boy's Bigfoot came back home and brought toys for all the kiddies, I bet.
Well, in Baker
No.
City and Santa's helpers have been working full time. Among those helpers, the Baker City police recently brought a gift to the Beard family. Stephanie Beard was told Sunday night that police found her stolen Bigfoot statue, which
No.
was taken from her porch late November.
You can't write that. Come on. Come on. The Beard family lost their Bigfoot.
Yep.
Okay.
I think somebody was bullshitting a story.
I'm super. Those things are heavy. Even my little one is heavy. Can you imagine having one of those in your yard? Big one, you know?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm super thankful, Beard says. The statue will be returned after it has been processed as evidence.
One of these days, you're going to wake up, look out in the backyard, and there's going to be your little Bigfoot out in the backyard dragging the neighbor's poodle around the backyard.
Oh my God.
You guys, let him go. Let him go. I'll be looking at you going, "Arr."
That's 3 weeks old. That one did you same one as the one up here? So that's it. That's all we've got for
Wait a minute. You
Bigfoot in the
just
news.
condensed 2022 all in that one segment.
Yep.
The
No,
high
that's
points.
only been that was just in a week. The
Oh, a
Bigfoot
week,
report,
week,
it just
okay.
falls whatever's happened in the last week.
Okay, that's good.
Whatever's happened in the last week. So that's it. So now let's get to some stuff I saw online that made me go,
Things that make you go.
Show me what you got.
Jim, you heard them said, show me what you got.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time. Let's
Here
see
we go.
what
Let's
what I ran into
check
today
this out.
and what we have to look forward to for the new year. So the first one up is this happened in Bailey, Colorado. In 2016, a guy was hiking with his pit bull, and the pit bull actually got scared and ran back towards the owner. And he looked up, and 50 feet away, he saw this, and it scared him so much that he moved out of state.
I believe it. There's the picture right there. You guys want
That's the
proof? It's
picture.
right there.
It's
Boom.
right there.
Boom. Let's go home,
clear
guys.
What more do you want?
picture you will ever find, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Now, nowhere in this is actually what was said on this photo, but it didn't say this was a rendition or this was his, somebody drew this for him or created this for him. Because I kept waiting to read that, in this photo recreation. It didn't say that.
Well, is that a girl Bigfoot or a boy Bigfoot?
I don't know. It could go either way.
I can't tell.
I don't think we're allowed to ask genders now, are we?
Are we
Not
not?
sure.
Come on, guys, normalize it.
I'm not,
Ask
not
this
sure.
Bigfoot what
That's
his
the second
pronouns
time.
are. What are this Bigfoot's
What is his
pronouns?
pronouns? Monst her or monst him?
That was good. I like what you did there. That was funny.
That
Okay.
was good, Nikki.
That was a stretch. That was
That
a
was
stretch.
good, Nikki.
But
This puts you at risk of the police.
What?
You might have broken a law there.
Allah. Uh-oh, they're
Depends on
going to
what
come
state
take me
this
away
is
then.
seen in.
Here they
What
come.
state this
Here they
is
come.
in.
They're coming to get me.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll run. I won't be around.
You broke some law.
Yeah. But what I found incredible is that the comments underneath the photo were everybody was amazed. Oh my goodness. Such a great photo. It's a computer generated. It's not even a painting. It's
Let me see.
clearly a photo, and then they dropped another, photoshopped a Bigfoot on there. I mean, it's really not. It's
Ooh,
really bad.
I just zoomed in. I shouldn't have did that. That's not good.
What did you find, Suzanne?
Man, I think it's a boy one.
Boy,
All
one,
right.
is there a thing?
Suzanne, shame on you.
I know it.
I
know
didn't
it.
zoom in.
Blown.
No, cat, don't go back there. We'll lose the whole show. So what? Jojo does not pay attention to chat. Why? Jojo, look at my comment above my other comment for the answer. Okay, let me go above. Because breasts aren't covered in hair like Patty. That pic isn't real because the breasts aren't covered in hair like Patty.
Yeah, but how do you know? There might be like people. Some people have hairy breasts and some people don't.
Could be. Could be. Look, Chad Smith is in the podcast.
And
Chad,
then
is that a boy or a girl? Bigfoot in the picture.
Zoom in.
He's going to go in there with his microscopic visual aids and try to figure this out.
oh, hey, Chad. So anyway, that was the most amazing thing is that people believe this stuff and they're not even believing with their own eyes what's you're looking at there. I don't know. And I'm sure if I took this photo and I blew it up and we put it in, in some kind of Adobe Photoshop or something, and we zoomed in on there, you can clearly see, that it's just a dropped in image.
Well, isn't there a program that you can use that will show if a picture has been photoshopped, been altered?
Well, yeah, if you put the metadata, if you check the metadata, you can find out what it is. But of course, that's not what you're going to find online. You're just going to find a random photo and you can't even question people because they're like, no, I just took it from another person who took it from another person. But you're right. Somebody said, AI generated kaiju. Kaiju. And it is. Now they have all these apps where you just tell it to do something and it creates an image.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're going to see, my prediction is this year is going to be the year of the AI. And we're going to start seeing more and more of this type of more stuff.
Is this stuff true or false though, Nikki?
It's false. It's
an abomination. You're saying it's an abomination.
100% false. Yes.
I think it's the year of the awakening.
Oh, is this a Mark Zasky picture?
This is. It could be, but no, it's not. But these are two Bigfoot right here, as you can clearly see. Right? Can you clearly see that? No.
No.
Okay, good. You're not blind then.
I could see one right there.
Where?
I guess I see one.
It's right there. It's like,
If you look long enough, you'll start seeing shadows, and
I can see one. He looks like a big guy, though. He looks like a cartoon character, kind of.
What's those paintings where you look at it and you see the shape? That's what this is. Just look at it long enough, and you'll start to see them. Yeah, cross your eyes.
They'll magically appear.
And we'll be like, oh, that's how you do it. That's what Mark Zasky is talking about.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, you can zoom in and all you're going to see is shadows and the trees behind it and blah, blah, blah. I don't even think that these are CGI, Rod. I think this is just a regular play of shadows. Well, at least the one on the left for sure. The one on the right, maybe it's a plastic. There's something behind there, or I don't know.
No, they're both bad. They're not good.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. They're pretty
and
bad.
I never say that, so they got to be really bad.
Okay, let me check the chat real quick.
That's really cool because that looks like it's a nursery tree, where a tree grows out of an old stump.
Mhm.
Oh
Really
yeah,
cool.
look at that. Yeah,
That is cool. That's
That
something
is
cool
more
about that.
interesting. You're right.
Yeah, cool.
Huh. Nature
Mhm.
finding a way, right? Okay.
Good looking out there, Brent.
Yeah. No, those are some of my favorite pictures. Is the nursery stumps? Because sometimes like a down log will grow like a half a dozen trees and stuff, and it's just amazing the way that nature helps each other out.
Mhm.
Symbiotic relationship. Oh yeah, this one.
So this one's out and about. Just thought I'd throw it in there. The one on the left's the original. The one on the right is the zoom in of what we're looking at in the
Yeah.
circle.
Ooh, I see the base.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
the suit's already been identified.
Yeah. So that one to me actually looks a little CGI. I swear I seen it on a cartoon, but
Wow.
He looks like the one on the dentist with the Christmas special.
Wow.
the Bumble.
Yeah.
Hurrah.
It's the Bumble. Here we go. You expect that out of him? Okay, so I don't feel this is true. This is not real. I think it's another, where's Waldo in the picture? So it's not real. It's just another. Matter of fact, I think they even cut some of it off near the elbow area and shoulder.
Mhm.
It's real square right there.
Yeah.
Not real. Bumbles bounce, people. Just like Donald said, bumbles bounce. Next one. This has been out. I seen a couple people posting this. Edward CM truck footage, October 14th, 2010. It's been around a little while. I think it's actually longer than that. Algonquin Park canoe trip, supposedly. I repeat, I do not have any information about this photo. And I don't know why. I've never gone back and researched this one. So I'm going to try to find more information about this. When it came about, maybe Thomas has some information about this photo.
Now, why didn't these guys charge that Bigfoot?
Because they don't want to die. I mean, if it was a real Bigfoot and they're there, well, it says canoe trip. Are they in the water? Are they in a canoe? Are they taking it from the water? Well, there's a lot of information that I don't have.
I say you run up to that Bigfoot and punch him in the nose. If he says "ouch," it's probably a guy in a suit.
And if you say "ouch,"
if I die,
your last
it's
word,
probably a real Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Let's make sure you get on camera.
Yeah.
The arms seem not right to me, but
Well, how come the Bigfoot pictures always have the arms hanging at an angle?
It's kind of the MO at most identifiable stance.
My
Or one of them.
arms down.
It's like what'd you do? What was that funny about?
It was can't put my arms down on the
I was thinking that too. On the Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
Well, put him down when you get to school.
Yeah. So I don't know. Anybody out there have any information about this Algonquin picture here? Because I don't. I honestly don't have any information on this one. I know I've seen it before, but I've never backtracked anything about this. I might, maybe DW knows about this one. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it seems like Thomas would be the one to ask because it looks like it's footage, so it's coming from a video. So it makes you wonder where the video is.
Right. See, so there could be some investigation to go on about this one. We'll have to see what's
and if it's a video, I want to see the video.
Scroll up. What am I scrolling up? They were
What's
driving
going on?
by. They had a camera pointed out the side of their vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do know something about it. Wait. I seen that one before. It's from a video of a truck passing by.
And the
Oh.
Bigfoot yelled out, "Hey, you guys, I have a flat tire. Could you help me?" No.
But that's it. We don't have any other. I believe the person that oh, I just read that one, didn't I? From a GoPro. That's from a GoPro? I don't think so.
So
Well,
is it
could
something
be
that they were
zoomed
just?
in a lot. Go
Yeah, is it
ahead,
something?
Oh,
something-
altered lightened video version.
Is this something they were just recording out the side of their car, their truck?
Yeah,
And it's like,
yeah. Media Palace. Eric says that it was a GoPro mounted on a car driving. That is altered, lightened version. Huh. Is it a painting? God, it does look like a painting. It's so grainy.
well, you
Right.
know, it can easily be a stump that somebody kind of converted into a Bigfoot. Remember that one stump squatch that I tried to go find?
Right.
So it could easily be something like that, because it looks, in reference to the foliage and stuff, it looks, you know, not a small little figurine, so it looks to be a little bigger. And you know, the fact that they didn't go back, there's really no other information on this.
I agree. No, not Ozark. John Ayer says there are brush strokes in the pine.
Oh yeah,
it's a painting. I bet you that's a painting.
it very well could be. Yeah, if you stick on.
It has a lot of characteristics of painting, of oil painting. Ooh, and the mystery goes on. Okay, next one. This one has been going around again too.
Oh, is this what's his face?
Be our
Peter
friend.
Kane?
Yes,
Peter Kane.
yes. It is our friend Peter Kane at it again. Well, not again. This is from one of his old ones, but somebody's done a screen capture and amazed that this stuff is out there. Come on, people. Peter Kane is just a dog trainer and he's a satirist. He just makes fun of the Bigfoot community. He's actually said that on several occasions. Okay. And in his early works, he even wrote that it was all for comic relief and stuff in his description of his videos. I don't know if he still does it anymore. I don't watch him anymore because we've already determined that's what he is. It's just entertainment, fun and games. You go watch him and get a laugh. That's pretty much what it is. So, camel decomposing. He makes it. He just makes that. It's not any real thing. That's just it. That is just his creations.
Yeah, he has a history of making different things like this: Bigfoot heads,
penises, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, he's kind of an entertainer, and he's finding new life on TikTok, which a lot of people are, and even Rick Dyer, and that's where you find a lot of these things popping up because it's just people want clicks and clicks and followers, and they're willing to do stuff like this to get that.
Mm-hmm. Oh shoot! Hold on. Massive Bigfoot caught on GoPro cam. Tristan sent me something. Okay, Tristan, I'll take a look at it in a little bit, but we've already gone past it, but I'll look at it and I'll check it out. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let me come back over here. Next one. So that was Peter Kane. And this was another one. Remember I said, oh, where was I? Maybe it was last night on Joe's show. I said, well, I don't think that Bigfoot go into the trees. And my sister will not agree. She thinks they probably get energy from trees. What do you think? I don't know. But the picture on the left is the real picture. The picture on the right is what the person says is looking at him.
Oh, they drew in the eyes. I see.
They put in the eyes.
You know, if it wouldn't been for those eyes, I wouldn't have seen anything.
I can't.
This goes back to the principle that the human brain visual system wants to see things.
Right.
It wants to see patterns, That's why if we all look at clouds all afternoon, we see all kinds of things, right?
Yeah, like for instance, what I see, on my phone here, I see like llamas. You ever see that movie Llama?
In the middle, yeah, I do see that.
Llamageddon, Llamageddon with the llama that's shooting eyes out. It's a serious movie, guys. Go check it out. Llamageddon, and that's what it kind of reminds me of. Send it to Mark Zasky. He'll solve this mystery.
Because see, once you said that, then I focused on the white in the middle, and then I see what you're saying. But initially, I was just seeing the red and the far, right. So
that white thing looks like a little voodoo doll hanging.
Oh, see, now I see a voodoo doll up there hanging on a tree.
Yeah.
You're very, you can be, no, what's the word? Suggested. Persuasion, all of that from whatever you say.
Well, I think like different eyes see different things, and I think that I thought you were going to say something else about the human brain. I thought you were going to say how the human brain can't see something that it doesn't perceive of, it can't see something that it doesn't register.
Oh no, what I normally say is that the human brain wants to make faces. It's predetermined that it wants to create known images of faces, because that's what we're afraid of. We're afraid of faces of monsters, faces of lions, faces of creatures. That's what we want to try to see. Therefore, pareidolia takes effect, matrixing takes effect, and we create images out of whatever. Last night I was telling people, you've all sat on the toilet and looked down at the linoleum or on the, your wall, and you start seeing creatures in your whatever.
Why does that happen? That's weird that you said that.
Because that's what your brain wants to do. It's creating what it wants to see in faces. And that happens. And some people can't undo that. Some people can't realize what they're doing, what their brain is doing, and stop. It just
wasn't it
on that.
Wasn't it Jung that believed that for survival, our species, and all species do, dogs and particularly mammals, they have archetypes built into their brain of dangerous things that they've never even seen before. Which explains why there are people scared of scorpions and spiders and snakes and stuff like that, that we are just predisposed to be on the lookout for certain images, certain archetypes.
Natural defense mechanism. That's what Ozark Mountain Sasquatch says. You're right. And it's just what we do. Had this person gone up 5 feet and taken another picture, it would have completely changed. It could have completely changed the image. So I'm just going to leave that as that. But I suspect we will get more and more of this as well. Is that it? Oh, that was my last one. So yeah, that's my predictions for the upcoming year. We're gonna be inundated with a lot of AI, with a lot more blurry pictures, and you guys know that I tend to fall on the flesh and blood side of where Bigfoot lies. But I do believe in the paranormal. I do believe in supernatural. I do believe in those things. I just at this point in my mind and in the path I've taken, they're separate. They're separate worlds right now. So, that's where I stand. And that's okay. You guys, as you're out there, boots on the ground, and you discover other things, you may see other things I don't know about. And that's okay. Let's see who else sent me. Oh, now everybody's sending me that same video. Thanks, Donald. Tristan beat you. But yeah. So I mean,
So Nikki, your belief is more rawhide,
yes.
right? Not supernatural so much.
Yeah, it's called flesh and blood.
Yeah.
Apers. Flesh and blood.
Yeah.
Flesh and blood right now. For me. That's okay. It's just my opinion. Nobody's right in the field. We're all just it's all speculation and opinion and fun. I'm an enthusiast. I love to do this and talk about it and have friends here. And that's okay. That's what, that's what we're going to do. So the new year's going to come and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And as long as I have y'all show up here on Sundays and Friday mornings and wherever else I'm at, then
I promise you this, Nikki, if I ever see a Bigfoot, I'll put my life on it to bring back evidence. Okay? I'll
We'd
risk
appreciate
my
that.
life.
yeah.
We'd appreciate
I'll
it.
risk my life to come back with evidence.
And if you don't make it back, we'll dedicate a statue to you somewhere out there
Yeah, that'd be good.
of you running.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, that'd be good.
the last
In the spot where you were
Or,
eating.
or maybe name a sandwich out of me. That'd be nice.
We'll contact Subway.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah. The
JoJo hoagie.
oh God.
Be in the shape of a foot.
Yeah, that would be okay. That's it. I want
That's
that trademarked right now. The JoJo hoagie in the shape of a Bigfoot.
There you go, man. It's all you, bro.
Oh baby, it's all me.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
My mama would be proud if she was alive. I tell you.
Absolutely.
Oops.
The legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
My first grade teacher would say, I always knew he'd amount to something. I always knew it.
Yeah.
Look at that sandwich. Isn't that the best looking thing you ever saw?
That's funny. Well, we definitely have had a great time in just chit-chatting and talking about bringing in the new year and looking forward to what's to come next. I don't know. I need some people out there to let me know what you want to see. If you want me to dive deeper into something you've seen on the internet, don't forget, you can send it to Hairyman, hoaxes and hoodwinks at gmail.com. And we'll take a look and see if we can put it on the next show. Okay. Thank you, JoJo, so much for coming and spending some time with us.
Thank you for inviting me. And everybody keep your eye out for the JoJo hoagie in the meantime. It'll be here before
Hell
you know.
yeah.
And Brent, thanks as always for showing up
Absolutely.
on the show. I appreciate it. Everybody, don't forget. Oh, you know what? Wait. Stop.
Wait a minute, Nikki forgot something. Everybody back, come back. Okay.
I may be on Unidentified S4 Paranormal Podcast tomorrow night or tomorrow sometime. We haven't solidified the times and stuff, but as soon as I know that, I'm going to shoot that into my community tab so you guys can come see me on a paranormal channel. So that's something new that's coming up. We haven't kind of solidified the actual time, so it may be later in the week, but I'll let you know when I know. But
this requires
Cool.
lots and lots of attorneys to draw these papers up to get Nikki on
well,
the
especially
show.
with Anthony, you know, he's pretty hardcore. So I'll be doing that. So that's coming up for me. Also, Friday night, Friday morning, JoJo and I, morning hijinks, Hairyman hijinks in the morning with Nikki and JoJo. That's 8 a.m. Mountain. And that evening, we're also going to have a ladies' night. It's coming. We're having
you don't want to miss this.
So
you don't want to miss this.
Some unfinished business to start talking about that kind of started.
I love that pitch. We're going to start talking about unfinished business. I like that. That's slick.
A little crazy. I believe
what is that? Friday night. Friday night,
7 p.m. Mountain, so 9 Eastern. So my ladies out there, get yourself ready. I need a yes from Miss Dill. Can you come? Susie, can you be there? Jera, I think Stevie said she would be here, but I need to.
Yeah, I can be here.
Okay.
These are crazy whiskey drinking women, I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to start out with the women like we did before, but the men can't come on till the second half of the show.
Unless they're wearing a mop on their head.
If they're wearing a mop on their head, right. But
well, you know, me and my psychologist are still recovering from the other show we talked about stuff. I'm having to reinvent my self-image.
I'm sorry.
That's not your fault. You're just laying it out there and telling the truth.
I was, but we can confirm Friday. We're going to continue the conversation and confirm what my thoughts are and see what other women think too. So, I think you're a little
but I don't necessarily think this is a random sampling of the female population.
Miss Dill, it's 7 Mountain, 9 Eastern. 9 Eastern. You can be there. We need a Miss Dill.
Miss Dilly. I would love to hang out with Miss Dill.
Oh gosh. Okay, so now you guys, love ya. Don't forget, go to Watch D TV. He's next. He's going to do his year in review. See you all in the chat. Till next time.